We doing a pop-up on y'all. Hello, hello, hello. Excuse me. So for those of you who are new to our channel, welcome, welcome. We are the Sammy, Nicole, and Fifi Show. We are a dynamic and the only dynamic mother-daughter duo here on YouTube. And on our channel, we like to discuss all things love, life, relationships, a little bit of pop culture as well, from both the millennium perspective, myself, Sammy Nicole, and the Gen X perspective, my oh so beautiful mother. Okay, what's up, y'all? And if you like our channel, you like what we stand for, first, make sure you like this video by double tapping the screen if you're watching live, or if you're catching the replay. Down below, hit the like button. Hey, Queen Lily, what's up? Also, make sure you share our content with your friends or family, anybody you think that may like our content, that may be interested in our channel. Please make sure you share it with them. We would greatly appreciate it. We typically like to go live every Thursday and Saturday, 7 p.m.-ish. Heavy on the ish Eastern Standard Time, but we also like to occasionally do a pop-up show like we're doing tonight. All right, so yes, also we do have merch available. Our everything we say is allegedly merch. So if you're interested in that, click the link down in our bio to purchase you a t-shirt, coffee mug, tote bag, whatever tickles your fancy. All right. Also, we encourage you to consider joining our membership. It's super, super affordable to get exclusive content from us. And yeah, so just connect with us. Please follow us on all social media platforms. We're on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, all those different platforms. So please make sure you check us out, like, subscribe to us there. All right, okay, boom. So we ain't gonna keep y'all too long, but we just had to come on and talk about what's going on in these streets. Hey, call me darling. It's a lot going on, and we just had to talk about it, y'all, in this pop-up show. So first things first, let's do our disclaimers. Everything we're gonna be saying tonight is allegedly. Again, everything we're going to be saying tonight is allegedly. Even our names are allegedly, okay? And secondly, all individuals are innocent until proven guilty in a court of law. Again, all individuals are innocent until proven guilty in a court of law. Hey, Queen Lily, she said, I find it sad if it's true, but I'm wondering she's doing it for money. Oh, yeah, we're going to get into it. We're going to get into it. Okay, so with that being said, you want to get us started, Fifi? You want to talk about Kayla? You want to start on a high note?
Let's talk about the YSL first.
Okay.
All right, let's talk about.
Yes, we talking about that, Queen Lily. We gonna do YSL, and then we gonna get to it. Yes, because that's just awful.
Let's talk about what. Let's talk about love and hip hop law. Okay. Atlanta, love and hip hop law, Atlanta.
Yes. Go ahead.
Why Tasha? And what was the prosecutor name on Power?
Angela.
Why Tasha and Angela down at the courthouse fighting?
So who's Angela and who's Tasha?
Tasha is Kayla. And Angela is Vimbo Vito, the investigator. Whatever her name is, Miss V.
Okay.
Why they down there going back and forth like they out on the streets? Like they 2 304s on the stroll. Why they going back and forth down there at Fulton County? Pam say Fulton County ghetto. Yeah, Pam, South Fulton is known to be a little urban. We don't say ghetto. We say a little urban. Fulton County is a little urban, Pam. We don't say ghetto. We say urban. A.K.A. ghetto. The ghetto. Okay? Anybody from Atlanta know down South Fulton, you know down there. The courthouse is a little, it's a little urban down there. They get into it in the hallway at the YSL trial. Kayla is an attorney, allegedly married to one of the defendants, Mr. Shannon Stillwell.
It's been confirmed, right?
I think she confirmed it.
It's not allegedly no more.
She down there trying to be with her man, and she down there with her mother-in-law. And the investigators say Kayla called her 304 on her live.
Hey, Miss Red. Yes,
And
call me darling. The judge said, "Is this real?"
the judge even like, is this shit real?
Mm-hmm.
Y'all got to be shitting me.
Hit the like button, y'all.
The judge was like, is this real?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, judge, it's real. So they down there. Kayla say she walk. They walking down the hall. She walking with somebody else. Somebody she with her mother-in-law. And Kayla say the lady said. The lady said, you gonna speak to me or something? You ain't gonna speak. And Kayla said, bleep bleep. I ain't gonna speak. Bleep bleep bleep. And then the lady said, well, you know, like we in high school. I ain't finna be too many 304s. Kayla say, well, you bleep, 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 bleep. And then say the lady act like she was about it. And Kayla was about it. All right, well, what you gonna do? We about it. No, if you buck, let's get it on. What up? What up?
What up, though?
What up, though? She say, what up, though? What it is? You know how we do. Mm-hmm. Let's go.
Run up, get done up.
Run up. Let's go.
Okay.
Say so they, you know, that went back and forth for a minute. You know. I say, Lord, we got two professional people down at the Fulton County Courthouse acting like
Teachers on the street.
Yes.
Yes.
Acting like on the street.
No respect for where they're at.
No respect for where they at. No respect for the courthouse. No respect for nothing. Themselves, nothing. Nothing. She couldn't have said, all right, when it's over, meet me outside. That's how the real gangster. All right, meet me outside when it's over.
Mm-hmm.
Meet me outside when it's over.
Right.
But they had it. So they get into it. So, you know, everybody heard about it. They get back in the court. The attorney, one of the attorney, what is his name? Adams. He get up and he tell. He can't wait to tell. Because it's already been the buzz on the street. And they ain't already verified that she married to Shannon. So he couldn't wait to tell. So he like, Miss V called Kayla a 304. No, Kayla called Miss V a 304, and she said she ain't gonna be no more 304. And so they got into it. And on top of that, Judge, Kayla is married to Mr. Stillwell. They all. But the bomb was dropped. It was dropped.
Hey, Natasha.
So they in the courtroom, right? The judge like, you shitting me. If this ain't a bunch of shit. Is this for real?
Call me darling. Say it's a soap opera at this point.
Exactly. Is this for real? Yes, it's for real. I couldn't believe it either.
They just, it is embarrassing, Queen Lily. They just making a joke out of everything. It's a mess.
So Kayla get on her live last night. She getting her makeup done because you know she a celebrity in these streets.
Uh-huh.
She got her people she go on live with. And she still talking shit. And Mr. Stillwell, his mama sitting next to her and she talking shit too. So she just saying, I didn't call her no threat. I don't know where she got that from. Well, you know TikTok is unforgiving. So about 2 hours later, it show up on TikTok where she was on her live and called a lady a 304 on her live. Mm-hmm. Kayla said she didn't call her a 304. Her phone must be tapped. That could be possibly, allegedly. So they just talking about the lady. So she called the lady a hoe again and a bunch of other names. And she got her girls, her goons, edging her on the live. Y'all, I'll be glad when this trial is over with. It's just bringing too much attention to us here in Atlanta.
And not good attention.
And not good attention. This is the home of Martha Luther King.
Martha Martin.
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 Martin. You know what I mean. Y'all know what I mean. Martin.
Hit the like button, y'all.
Y'all know what I mean. We have got to do better. I know our ancestors are just like, y'all gotta be me. Come on now, we have got to do better. We have got to do better. Okay?
So you said they'll do what? Final the verdict or whatever will be tomorrow?
Tomorrow is gonna be, they doing the closing arguments.
Closing arguments, excuse me.
Yeah, they doing the closing arguments. And hopefully they thought everything would be wrapped up on Friday, but it ain't gonna be. Judge say, nah, we gonna take it on. We probably end it on Wednesday.
Okay. Call Me Darling said, what made that investigator think it was okay to run up like that in the courthouse?
Well, allegedly, some people were saying that maybe she had something, she had a little something going on with Mr. Stillwell.
Wasn't he messing with?
When she was his probation officer, because she used to be a probation officer as well before she became an investigator. So they saying maybe she feels some type of way, so she gonna check her. And then as I'm strolling on TikTok last night, Manny Fresh. Manny Fresh and did an interview with Mr. Stillwell's ex-girlfriend that was on the stand a couple of weeks ago. She said, yeah. Manny say, yeah, you still talk to him? She said, yeah. She said, y'all still in a relationship? She said, that's still open. Yeah. She said, Manny said, but he married. She said, and didn't nobody care about messing with him when I was with him, when I was engaged to him. She said, I don't care about that. So Manny say, so you don't respect marriage? She said, that'll be over with. That ain't marriage. That don't last. She said, you don't want him with other women? She said, as long as we pick them together. She said, I don't want him to be with other women without me. Wow. So Mr. Stillwell must got something going on down there.
Call Me Darling said, I had to go see what the hype was about him. I don't see it. I don't see it either. He ain't attractive to me.
He got some hanging and
Hit the like button, trolls. Hit the like button.
It's hanging and swinging, and it's platinum trimmed in gold and laced in diamonds.
It must be, because it ain't his face, so it's stature. So I don't get it.
Okay.
I don't get it.
So I'm like, you know what? This has gotten to be too much. I need for this to be over with, and this need to be over with soon. Because we can't, it's too much, y'all. They doing too much. And to run up on somebody in a courthouse, hey, Pauline, it's terrible. To run up on somebody in a courthouse like that, and she feel comfortable, and then she don't want to show her face. Well, y'all know, like I said, TikTok. She all over TikTok now.
Was she white, black?
She look like she white. She look like she could be one of Hugh Hefner's girls. She look like one of them girls. But I said, oh, Lord, well, now we know. That's Kayla's man, and y'all leave that man alone.
She's sticking beside her husband.
And that's Tanisha, his ex. That's her man and Kayla's man. Y'all leave that man alone, okay? She's sticking bound. She hanging out with her mother-in-law.
The grandmother, that's his grandmother.
Oh, that's his grandmother.
The grandmother-in-law. Call Me Darling said he looks Italian to me. She looks Italian to me. Okay.
Yeah, she look Italian, yeah. And that's what I'm saying. That's another thing. So y'all know Pop got on the line.
With the shades and the Louis Vuitton Scully
He had on his Louis
Did you see him, Queen Lily?
He had on his LV beanie. And he got on the line with his shades on. And he said that,
Looking like somebody granddaddy.
He probably is. He
He
probably
probably
got
is.
grandchildren.
Yeah.
And he said she might need some protection. Kayla might need some protection.
Why?
Because that was a threat. Y'all think it was a threat?
Queen Lily said, I didn't see the video. I don't watch him that much anymore.
You ain't missed nothing.
You ain't missed nothing.
So, y'all, we gonna see how this go by next week, Wednesday, when everything is over with. We gonna see. Hopefully they can control themselves and not keep showing out. And it can be over with. Because this is ridiculous. It's a lot.
Yeah, they definitely gonna turn this into a series or movie.
This is a good Tubi movie.
Yeah, this is a good Tubi movie. Definitely giving Tubi or Amazon
This
Prime.
has put Atlanta, Fulton County on the map. This YSL trial.
Yes, it has.
I mean, things that you wouldn't think would ever happen. It's crazy. It is crazy.
All right, anything else you want to say about that?
Nah, that's it.
All right, y'all. So, moving on, we got to talk about something a little bit more serious. So, this is a trigger warning. This is going to be talking about child SA and SA in marriage. So, we just want to put that trigger warning. If it's something that, you know, you're not in the mood to hear tonight, just a disclaimer. Fast forward, you know, this video, you know, or just drop off the video now. But we just want to put that disclaimer out there. Okay. Let me read y'all comments before we move on about YSL trial. Call Me Darling said, yes, I think it was a threat. She said, you got one more time to call me a 304. If Kayla doesn't, what's going to happen? Yeah. Yeah. All right, so moving on, we got to talk about the new trophy wifey. A young lady by the name of Isis. She looks to be in her late 20s, early 30s. She is a YouTuber who puts out content about hypergamy. So basically where you marry up. You marry people who you basically are trying to marry someone of a higher social status, somebody who's in a better financial situation than you are, essentially. And that's basically what her content is teaching women how to marry provider men, how to become a spoiled housewife, and how to be strategic and intentional about the type of men that you date and marry. All right? So she claimed, the young lady Isis, to, you know, basically have learned everything that she learned from Shira 7, Miss Sprinkle herself. All right? So if y'all don't know who Shira 7 is, she's really big on YouTube. She's been out for almost 10 years now, basically teaching women how to be hypergamous, how to date up, how to marry up, how to only date men that are providers, and teaching women how to be strategic and how to be, intentional about the men you date and how to be smart. All right. And so the young lady Isis said that she basically learned everything that she knows from Shira 7. Shira 7 is very popular on TikTok, on social media, period. Anytime you hear somebody say sprinkle, they're talking about Shira 7. Now, Shira 7 is one of those women where I think she's funny. I think there's some validity to some of the things she says, but I think she's one of those people where you have to chew the meat and spit out the bone. You can't take everything she say for Bible. Now, she's a 40-year-old. She's in her 40s. She's married to a man that's in his late 60s, early 70s. And she got with him when she was in her 20s, and he was already married to another woman when she got with him. She was like 21 and he was in his 40s when they got together. And he was already in a marriage. And he basically was cheating on his wife with Shira 7. And he left his wife to be with Shira 7. So he was already established. He was a professional black man working in technology. He was married to a physician and he had a daughter at the time. Well, he saw Shira 7, young, pretty woman, and he decided to, woo her. Initially, he started off as Shira's 7 sugar daddy, and then over time, he decided that he wanted to be in a relationship with her, and they got married. And excuse me, now they have 2 daughters, and they live in the suburbs of Houston, Texas. I think they live in Katy, Texas. They live in the suburbs. Upper middle class family. All right. So, like I said, Shira's been on YouTube for 10 years now, trying to school women on how to date up, how to marry up, how to only be with provider men. Shira teaches women not to go 50-50 with men. She teaches women that if you're going to be with a man, he needs to provide for you. And he needs to take care of you. And if not, you don't need to be with him. Okay? Shira lives by that. And that's the bulk of her content. And so she's pretty much started and inspired this movement called Sprinkle Sprinkle, where, she's trying to help women to make better choices in men and how to marry for money and not love. And she's basically teaching women how to get out of their feelings and get into their bag, how to get to the money and be smart, according to her. These are her words. These are her words, y'all. All right. So, boom. You got the new trophy wifey. She comes onto the scene about a year ago. And she recently got married a year ago. And she was a single mother prior to getting married. And she ended up marrying a man that was 20 years her senior. And so once that happened, that's when her YouTube channel really took off, the new trophy wife, where she was basically telling women like, hey, I followed Shira Seven's, aka Sprinkle Sprinkles, rule book on how to get a provider man, and it worked for me as a single mom. So I can help other childless women and, women with children get married within a year to provider men, to high value men. And so that was basically what the basis of her channel is about. Showing other women, hey, I got married to a high value man as a single mother. Let me put you on game and show you how I did it. All right. So she's doing content about her life and, how to go from a single mom to a spoiled housewife. This is the type of men you need to be looking at. This is how you need to carry yourself in order to attract that type of man, etc., 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 right? Only to find out a year later, she does a video on YouTube. She did this video 5 days ago, and now she has 2 million views, basically detailing how her husband, that she married within less than a year of knowing him, SA'd her 2-year-old and 4-year-old daughters. So she had what? She had 2 boys. She has 2 boys. She has 2 girls, and then she has a newborn baby with her husband. And it's just awful. So she posted the video that she did 5 days ago. She's basically detailing how her 2-year-old baby girl told her that she was SA'd by her daddy, aka her stepfather. And the new trophy wife, after hearing her 2-year-old baby girl telling her that, she believed her baby girl, which was awesome, which was a huge blessing, because there's so many children who are SA'd by family members or family friends, and they're not believed, by their parents. Hit the like button, y'all. Yes, hit the like button. Hit the like button, y'all. I don't know what's wrong with this. He's weird. I'm going to block him. Hit the like button, y'all. And so she was talking about how her baby admitted that happened, how she believed her daughter, and the 4-year-old daughter admitted that the same thing happened to her too. And, she took them to the hospital to get checked out, and how now she's basically this happened over a month and a half ago, and how she's basically, she's trying to leave her situation. And now, y'all, she has put up a GoFundMe to help her leave the situation with the man. If this ain't a cautionary tale, y'all, I don't know what is. Me and Mama went back and watched her content for a year ago, and it was like night and day. Now we did our own investigation because we a little nosy, and when we went back and watched the new trophy wife, aka Isis's video from last year, she basically talked about how she met this man, this monster that essayed her baby girls. And she talked about how she met him online on Match.com.
Was it eHarmony?
It was either eHarmony or Match.com. It was one of those dating sites, y'all. She met him on. And she was talking about how they went on their date. And on their first date, he asked her to be his girlfriend. And she was saying how, she was like, well, I just told him I would think about it because, I just didn't want him to, I didn't want to get caught in the girlfriend trap, like this other YouTuber talks about. And so I just told him I would think about it. And so they continued to date for a few more months, and she decided to buy him a $300 wedding ring because they had been talking about marriage within a couple of months literally of knowing each other. And so she ended up buying him a wedding ring, and then a week or two later he ended up buying her a ring, and they ended up getting married at the courthouse. So that was the first mistake. She didn't know this man. She didn't even walk, like Iyanla, no, like Queen Afua said, she didn't even walk 4 seasons with this man. Fall, winter, spring, summer. She didn't even know this man. And she said that the reason why they got married, why they started talking about marriage, just to backtrack, was because her lease was up on her apartment. And the apartment that she was staying in, she was sharing it with her ex-boyfriend, who I don't know if that ex-boyfriend was the father to any of her children or not. He may have been the father to her daughters. I don't know. But she was staying in an apartment with the ex-boyfriend. And they were getting ready to break up. Their lease was ending. And so she was trying to figure out where she was going to go next. And so she was telling her husband, who she was dating at the time, like, hey, could you potentially help me get another place? My lease is up. I'm, breaking up with my ex, blah, 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 blah. And he told her, well, if you're going to stay with me, you're going to have to stay with me as my wife if you're going to move in with me. You can't be my girlfriend. And so then that's what prompted them to just go ahead and go to the courthouse and get married. And then afterwards, they had a nice reception at a nice hotel in D.C. because they live in the DMV area. Her husband, he works in like cyber security. He's in like IT. He's 20 years her senior. Based off the pictures I've seen of him, he looks like a creep. I'm going to just say it. You know how you can look at a person, you can just tell something is off? Not saying that that's always the case, but you can just look at this dude and tell that he's a creep. So now here she is a year later. She just had a baby, a newborn, by this husband. And now she finds out that he's been graping her 2-year-old and 4-year-old daughters. And now she's put up a GoFundMe so she can have the resources to start over with her children. She got the 2 sons, the 2 daughters, and the newborn. And Shira 7, y'all, who the new trophy wife said inspired her and taught her, and she said she changed her life. Shira 7 responded to the story because everybody been tagging her on YouTube and TikTok, basically trying to blame her for what happened to the new trophy wife. And they said, hey, Shira, it's your fault. You're teaching this hypergamy rhetoric to women, and they're getting into dangerous situations with men. who like to, essay children. And Shira 7 said, don't blame that on me. Shira 7 said she told y'all not to be stupid.
He need to be.
And not to be desperate. Yes, Miss Red, he needs to be under the jail. So Shira 7 is clapping back at people coming after her online and saying, I didn't teach women to be desperate. I didn't teach women to be stupid. I told to be a pygmisha. I told women, don't bring no man around your kids. Wait till your children are older if you're going to bring a man around your kids. So Shira said, y'all need to stop blaming her. It ain't got nothing to do with her. She said, don't claim me if you desperate and you a pygmisha and you doing stupid stuff. She said, don't claim me.
She didn't even know that man. She didn't know that man.
The new trophy wife did not know that husband. She didn't know him, y'all. She didn't know who she was dealing with. Let me see what y'all saying in the comments. It's just a cautionary tale. Let me see. Queen Lily said, I agree with Shira. A man's supposed to be the provider, but until then, stay on your own and make that money. And she had a good job too, but she was just saying how growing up, she used to be attracted to men who were thugs. And she pretty much liked the bad boys. And she thought a high value man was a man with a flashy car and diamond chains. And so she said that growing up, she was essayed as a child. And that she was a product of her mother being essayed. And so, she had a very traumatic upbringing. She was essayed by her neighbor's father or husband, excuse me. So it's just a cycle of abuse, unfortunately. And based off of the videos that we watched about the new trophy wife, she also shared, y'all, that her husband was essaying her in the first few months of their relationship. She said her own husband essayed her 4 times. Only to go on and essay her 2-year-old and 4-year-old babies. So this is definitely a cautionary tale about not being anxious, not being desperate, and using your discernment. But my heart goes out to her for having the courage to speak up about this.
And not wanting to be alone.
Yeah. Her fear of being alone with her kids. Because she said in the video, she wanted a husband to love her and a husband that she could love. Because she didn't want to be alone with her children. She wanted her children to have a father figure. She was saying how she didn't want her boys to... She didn't want to raise her sons on her own. Because she had a baby at 17 and then another baby at 24, I think. She was a teen mom.
And
she didn't want to be alone.
And looking at other people's lifestyles. Looking at Shira. And trying to mimic somebody else's lifestyle. And wanting what they have. Everybody's walk is different. My walk is different. Your walk is different. Everybody's blueprint is different. We're not meant to walk the same path, y'all. Now, can we have the same things? But the path to get there may be different.
Right. What may work for you may not work for me. What may work for me may not work for you. And quiet as it's kept, Shira don't even like her husband, James. She can't stand him.
Sleep with the man.
They sleep in separate rooms. She has a great disdain for her husband, James. She married him for the finances, and he knew it. She said in their vows, at their reception, they played Kanye West Gold Digger. Because everybody knew what time it was.
And can you imagine?
He's 20 years her
being
senior.
with a man that age that Shira is with, and she's gonna have to take care of him in his golden years. A man that she does not like, or
she don't like him,
or put him somewhere and pay for him to be taken care of.
She putting him in a home. She not taking care of him. She don't like him like that. That was about stability and her to have a better life.
But to go back to the trophy wife, that was selfish. What she did was selfish. As a mother, and I'm saying this from a mother, and from a mother that married outside of her biological father. And even when my child was young, And when she had to go spend weekends with her dad, I didn't think that her dad would let anything happen to her because I know her dad
And he
loved,
didn't.
and he didn't.
My father was very protective, thank God.
And he
My father
loved
didn't
her.
play that.
I know your daddy did.
I just want to make sure we clear. My daddy loved me.
Her daddy did. Her daddy, but I'm saying as a mother, I don't care who it was. Her daddy, my daddy, daddy, I didn't care. When my child left me, my greatest fear was something would happen to her like that. So by me, and this was just me being a protective mother, I warned her daddy, and I told him, if you let anything happen to my child while she's with you, it's going to be over. When my child came back to me, I would literally turn her upside down, checking her and asking her, you okay? Anybody touch you?
And that's how the new trophy wife found out
And
that
that's
her
how
husband was touching her.
She asked her the same thing I would ask my child.
She was changing her baby.
Anybody
and
touch
her baby
you?
was sore. Her baby had visible bruising in her private parts.
Look at my child, and my child would look at me like I was crazy. No, mommy, no, mommy, no, I with my daddy, mommy. I don't care. I do not care. Okay? And I think that for her not to put her kids first, she said it happened while she was sleeping. But if I would have noticed that joker getting up in the middle of the night and not being around, and just, she put too much trust in him. When it come to my child, I don't trust I don't put nothing past nobody, and I don't trust nobody. As a mother, we have to advocate for our babies. We are their protectors.
I think the part where she said he SA'd her 4 times in the beginning of their relationship, she should have left then. Because he already showed that he was a predator. Yeah.
So he has a problem with that and the pep thing.
Yes.
So he's just an animal.
Yeah, he's a danger to society.
And for her to be able, she called the police. Y'all, I sit here and honestly say that I probably would, if that would, I don't know if I could, I probably would have took measures in my own hand. Just to think that a grown man, a baby, you had plenty of time to think about what you were doing. You had to take a pamper off expose a baby out of her pamper. A precious, innocent child. The 4-year-old. Enough where she was bruised and swollen. And where are these kids' father?
Yeah.
It's sad.
Mom.
It's so sad. And that's another reason why we have to. She should have been more. She said that she was very protective of children.
She said she prayed and asked God to protect her babies because it happened to her.
Her being selfish, she let her guard down and got too comfortable. She got too comfortable and let her guard down. So he was getting up in the middle of the night. The 2-year-old probably was waking up in the middle of the night. He probably was going to see about the baby. Nothing didn't go off. No instinct. No mother. No nothing. No nothing. I'm like, when you keep getting up in the middle of the night going down the holler?
And then she just had a baby. So she probably was tired. looking after the newborn. She got a newborn, a 2-year-old, a 4-year-old. Her boys are older, but she got, she has small children, so she probably thought he was helping her. Let me see. Natasha said her husband is the father of her 2 girls and the 5-month-old. Yeah. So he's doing that to his own baby girls.
So those was his girls.
Yes. And then her 2 boys are from a previous relationship.
So them was his. So
she got
babies?
5
I
babies.
thought them was his step babies.
Natasha's saying they're his girls.
And that's evil.
Yeah, Call Me Darling said it pisses me off that he did that 4 times and she didn't think the babies wouldn't be a victim either. I think she should have left when he did it to her. Queen Lily said that means that he actually peed her. I was listening today to another that said on her very live YouTube her child was with the husband screaming, but she didn't stop her live.
Oh.
Yeah, this is horrible.
She was selfish. She probably ignored. You know how many stories I heard of people say, my mama knew. My mama knew.
Oh, yes.
My mama knew.
And didn't do anything about
and didn't do anything. My mama knew he was this.
That's awful. Yes, it is too much, Miss Apple Pie. Let me see. Queen Lily said this is sad. Miss Apple Pie said the husband essayed the trophy wife. Yes, she said 4 times he essayed her. Natasha said she also needs to get her sons checked out. That's what they were saying on her in her comments, Miss Natasha. They were saying she need to get her sons checked, and she definitely do. She definitely does. But yeah, like you said, her being desperate and anxious, lonely, wanting to have somebody, selfish. Wanting somebody to take care of her, and she wasn't thinking. Like you said, she was putting her needs before her babies. And she talked about how before she married her husband, she had a decent job. She was making $90,000. Her car was paid off. She was doing okay, but it just seemed like her desire to be in a relationship with a man, it just blinded her decision making. And she talked about when she first met her husband, and on their first date, she said she felt like she knew he was the one and that he was the right guy for her. And it's like, ooh. I think her anxiousness and her thirstiness to be a wife and to be validated and to be provided for and not being alone, it absolutely
instead of putting her kids first.
Yes.
Her kids' safety. When you have kids, it's a sacrifice. You might not be able to date. You might not be able to have a babysitter and go out with your girls. You might not be able to get a babysitter and leave your babies with anybody to watch them. You might need to stay home. Like Shira said, wait till your kids get older and date. Don't be selfish and put your kids in harm's way. When you got kids like that.
Yeah. And I know she has the GoFundMe up for people who want to donate and to help her and her children start a new life. She has over 60,000 subscribers on YouTube.
1 week. How long did she know him?
She knew him for like a few months. She didn't even know this man a year. She knew him for a few months before they got married. And she said on the first date he asked her to be his girlfriend. And a few months later they got married. Because she was in between housing. Her lease was up. And she was trying to figure out where she was going to go next. And she decided to move in with him. She didn't even know this man for a good 6 months to a year before she moved herself and her kids in with him. And so he was helping her out. She was in a bind because she was leaving one man, ending a relationship with one man when she met him. And she said, hey, my lease is up. Could you potentially help me get another place? Or do you think I could stay with you until I find a new place? And he told her, you can stay with me, but if you're going to stay with me, you would have to stay with me as my wife. We basically not going to do no shacking up if you and your kids move in with me. You would have to be my wife. So they went to the courthouse and got married. And she bought him a ring before he even bought her a ring, because they had been FaceTiming and talking on the phone about getting married. So she was just unfortunately in a fantasy land, and I don't want to put all the blame on her, because this man is a sick individual. He's a monster.
Yeah.
You know, something even worse needs to happen to him besides him going to jail, if you ask me personally. I just think that we have to be careful as women, and we have to try our best not to succumb to the pressures of society.
She bought him a ring.
Not to, yeah, she bought him a ring. She paid $300 for a ring because they had been talking about marriage. And so she was like, well, if he's serious, let me just buy him a ring. And she said when she FaceTimed him the next day, she was like, I did something. And he was like, what did you do? She was like, I bought you a ring. And he was like, what? She was like, yeah, I bought you a ring. You know, it sounded like you were serious about us getting married. So, like Shira said, she was being thirsty and desperate. She was. She was being anxious. And I think it's because she was a single mom. She was tired of doing it on her own. She wanted some relief. She wanted some help. And this man seemed decent enough. It really didn't seem like she was attracted to him. It seemed like she was more so just interested in what he could do for her. She never said anything about being attracted to him or liking him or anything like that. But she was just, you know, he seemed like a decent enough man. She said that he wanted kids and he was welcoming of her children. And so she decided to go ahead and go for it. And she married him. She only knew him for a few months, y'all. They got married within less than a year. She really didn't know him. She moved in with him and didn't know him. I don't know if he's in jail now or not. I don't know. If anybody know if he in jail, let us know. But from what I've seen on these YouTube streets, there's been no update about him being arrested yet. But he's an older gentleman, black guy. He's in IT. And it's just unfortunate. It's unfortunate. Let me see. Queen Lily said, I bet dude has kids that she doesn't know about. It's clearly it's a lot of things she don't know about him.
She didn't
know him. She didn't take the time. She didn't know who she was dealing with, y'all. She really didn't. And you just have to be careful who you listening to. You know, who you getting your wisdom from, who you exposing yourself to. You know, because it's really like the blind leading the blind out here. And everybody, yeah, he's an older man. He's 20 years her senior, Queen Lily. You know, you have people on here trying to give dating advice, whether it's hypergamy or the manosphere advice, and they're living secret lives behind closed doors. I mean, if you look at the podcasters, what's his name? I think it's Fresh and Fit or something like that. It's one of those manosphere podcasters where he talks about men not dating single moms. Well, it was recently revealed that this same male manosphere podcaster that preaches against men dating single mothers, he's actually in a relationship with a single mother that has multiple children by multiple different men. So, you know, I just say that to say that you have to be mindful of who you're getting your information from, because a lot of people are not walking it like they talk it. Another example, you have Kevin Samuels. We live in Atlanta. Kevin Samuels was trade. Okay, if you know what a trade is, you know. He was teaching about what women need to be and what it takes to attract a high value man, and etc., etc. And Kevin Samuels, he was bi. He was with men and women. Okay, he liked a little bit of this and he liked a little bit of that, and that's his business. But he liked both ways. And you know, and if you in Atlanta and you know, Kevin Samuels, he was into both. He was bisexual. And unfortunately, he couldn't live in his truth.
He was trade.
Yes, Miss Apple Pie. If you live in Atlanta, if you have any pulse in Atlanta, or you hear, okay, you live in Atlanta, Miss Apple Pie. Yes, Queen Lily, she corroborated that as well. He liked men and
I
women.
knew him personally. Okay.
He dated both. So, Call Me Donna said, Sammy don't get the manosphere after you. You know that's their leader. I know that's their leader, but it is what it is. Okay? It is what it is. And it's not a crime.
Oh, he used to work at Papados.
He worked, yeah, he worked at Papados. And then
Not Kevin Samuels.
He worked at Papados, and then he also worked at the mall, at the cologne counter. He was spraying the cologne and giving recommendations. And, you know, this is what cologne you should buy. He also dabbled in the little personal shopping, all that good stuff. Okay? And so here's this man, Kevin Samuels, who came from a single parent home himself.
Trolls, hit the like.
Hit the like button.
Before we block you.
Yes. Kevin Samuels, he grew up in a single parent home. He had a tumultuous marriage, you know, and when he passed away, the only person that was there to collect his belongings was his black mother. He didn't have a wife or a husband by his side to take after him. Yes, Queen Lily, he started YouTube about perfume and cologne, and he also was selling it in the mall as well. So he liked a little bit of this and he liked a little bit of that, right? But he started a movement where men felt heard, they felt seen, especially black men, and they really resonated with this man because they felt like he was telling it like it T.I. is, when the whole time he wasn't really living in his truth. And if he would have lived in his truth, probably 50% of his fan base probably would have turned their backs on him. But I'm just saying that to say, not to shame him, because you can love who you want to love. Let's be clear. I ain't shaming nobody. I'm just saying that to say that you have to be careful who you follow, because you don't know how people are living their life behind closed doors. You don't know what they're dealing with when they turn off the ring light and they turn off the camera or they turn off their phone. You don't know, y'all. And this man was living a completely different life. He liked both, and he didn't feel comfortable living in his truth. So that's what I'm saying to say. It's no tea, it's no shade, okay? Atlanta got the P and the B. The puss and the bus. Whatever you into, Atlanta got it. And that's your business. That's your business. Just protect yourself. That's all I'm saying. And that's the life that he lived, okay? And if you know people who know people in Atlanta, what I'm saying is not new. It's not shocking. It's been known. You know, it's not like if you know people who are in the social scene in Atlanta, it's not shocking. Let me see. Queen Lily said those men saw themselves in Kevin. He was a twisted freak the whole time. I'm shaming him. He was a liar. He had that man in bed that time. Yes, he did. That was his business. And typically he would more so prefer the more feminine type, allegedly. But it don't matter. That's his business. We're gonna get off of that. But I already made my point why I brought that up. We're gonna leave that alone. Miss Apple said that's why he always talked bad about women. Yes. And then he had mommy issues too. He liked both. So we're clear. He did like both. I just think he had, you know, that ex-wife and the mommy issues, and, you know, he was hurt, and, you know, coupled with the frustration of not being able, you know, that's frustrating when you can't live in your truth and you can't be your authentic self. It's frustrating, you know. Were some things was he accurate about? Hey, maybe so. Even a broken clock is right twice a day. I don't know. But, you know, Mr. Apple said, this is all news to me.
Yeah.
So you just got to be careful. You know, you just got to be careful. Look at people like Derrick Jackson, right? He was this big, you know,
yes.
You know, I can't think of the word, but he was basically, you know, saying all the right things to women, right? To appease women, only to come to find out that he had multiple 304s in other area codes, and he was stepping out on his wife and not using protection.
She had
They
lost
call
her mind.
in the streets. They call him Raw Action Jackson, allegedly. So you just have to be careful. People live double lives. You just have to be careful. Everything that glitters isn't gold. Let me see. Quinn Lily said some things he was accurate but mean to black women. Derek was a ho maker. Yeah, they called him Raw Action Jackson because he don't like to wear a hat. He likes to be free and raw in these streets with the ladies. Yes. Okay. So again, you just have to be careful. So I think that this whole high value man thing, it's just a bunch of bull crap. I know Kevin Samuels was one of the big people to push that. If a man makes six figures, if he's this, if he's that, and why should he date this type of woman when he can get this? Why he should settle and blah 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 blah. But that type of rhetoric is what caused us to be delusional. Okay? That's what has caused us to be delusional and to not look deep before we leap like the new trophy wife. And God bless her and her children. She has come from a traumatic upbringing, so we definitely want to give her grace and give her strength and send her healing energy to her and her babies. Because this young lady, she not firing on all four cylinders. She not wrapped too tight. Just based off of the few videos that we watched, just to kind of learn more about her and kind of educate ourselves about her content and her channel, she's not wrapped too tight. She's a gullible young lady. She's been through a lot. And you can tell she's very green. And I hate that this man preyed on her, because that's exactly what he did. He took advantage of this woman. And here she was thinking she made a come up, and she got finessed and abused. And I hate that for her. I really do. Let me see what y'all saying. Natasha said Kevin wanted them six-figure men for himself. And baby, he could have got all of them. Why you playing? Because there's a lot of them that be on Grindr when they away from home on business trips. Y'all remember when they had the Republican National Convention this summer? Grindr was off the chain.
What?
Grindr was almost broke down because they had so many people on there during the Republican National Convention. Those conservative politicians, them be the main ones that like a little this and like a little that. They said they almost shut Grindr down, baby. That's how deep they was on it. Girl. Call Me Donna said sure was having a meat fest. Yes, they were. They was tearing it up, baby. Literally and figuratively. Miss Applepie said yes, blessings to her kids. She needs to get some help. I don't know the story, but from what I heard so far, she needs some serious help. Yes, she does, because she's been abused herself. So sending her love and grace and healing and energy, and she's going to have to start over again. So hopefully she'll make a nice little bag off of this recent video that she did 5 days ago. She has over 2 million views on it. So that should be a nice check. She has over 60,000 subscribers on YouTube. So
that's what Queen was saying. She said she was making a lot of money.
Yeah,
on YouTube
so was
and
she
TikTok.
lying about that too? So was she telling the truth about anything? If she's saying, if she got a GoFundMe, why does she need a GoFundMe if she was making a lot of money on YouTube and TikTok? Mm-hmm. So that means she was lying about that too. So that's another thing. You thinking people got it going on and they making money like that, and they really don't. They said that about Kevin Samuels, that he really didn't have it like that, like he made it out to be. So, you just got to be careful. It's like some people will say, the internet is not real. And to some extent, that's true. Because people be flexing like they got it and don't have it.
Oh, $500. She was charging $500.
And she was charging $500 for courses, Queen Lily. No, you lying. What the hell, Queen Lily? And the bitch got a GoFundMe? I know you lying, Queen Lily. I know you lying. I Of course. And got the nerve to have a GoFundMe up, Queen Lily. I'm done with y'all. Here I am giving this lady empathy. Okay, I'm going to keep my empathy and sympathy for the babies. I know you like Queen Lily. She just posted a GoFundMe. She just posted the link to her GoFundMe. It's on her community tab. So what she need to GoFundMe for? If you making money off YouTube, TikTok, and you got a course,
she want to still maintain that lifestyle she had with him, y'all.
So was he really funding her lifestyle, or was she funding her own lifestyle?
I don't know.
Beautiful woman. Beautiful woman.
Beauty don't equal brains.
No, it doesn't. And beauty doesn't absolve you from being abused. Mm-mm. So it's like, that whole pretty privilege thing, that is going down the drain. You got to have smarts. You got to have common sense, and you got to have street smarts. And being pretty ain't enough. And pray for discernment. Yeah. Yes, and not be anxious, because when you
the Bible tell you don't be anxious for nothing.
Right. And when you have people like that, they prey on people who are anxious and thirsty. Yeah. He saw that in her. Yeah. And he took advantage of that.
Yeah. I wonder what she was charging in that $500 course.
She was teaching y'all how to get a provider man. Especially if you were a single mother.
I know you lying.
She was giving you the blueprint so you could be a spoiled trophy wife, a housewife. That's what she was doing. She was teaching you the game so you could live like her. Only to find out she married a monster. Lord have mercy. Call me down and said, that's why I said something isn't right. Right.
Yeah.
Right. Right. Mick Swagger said, I don't believe nothing I see online when it comes to people. They all trying to fit an image. That's true. Call me down and said, I pray he's locked up. I pray too.
He got to be going to jail, right, y'all?
And she took the baby to the hospital to get a kit done. So surely that's got to be the next course of action. And so I'm hoping and praying, that there'll be resources available, because her babies, all of her children really need to be in therapy, including her. Because this is extremely awful and traumatic. And this is a lesson. Look deep before you leap. And don't envy anybody's life, y'all. You don't know what people are going through behind closed doors. You don't know. Let me see. Queen Lily said, I told y'all I have a friend in SC who never fix up with a couple kids, and she gets money out due. She keeps a breadwinner. It's not about pretty looks. Men like it all. Yes, they do. Men like all type of things. And that's another thing we have to stop telling ourselves. When we consuming this content on YouTube and they saying you got to be a certain height, a certain weight, a certain skin tone, have certain facial features, certain hair texture, be a certain race, a certain ethnicity. That's a lie from the pit of hell. Because like Queen Lily said, men like all type of things. You could be with a man and your man say, oh, I don't like women who wear long nails. Just for him to turn around and go mess with a chick on you that got long nails. You got to be careful about that. Are you dealing with a man who say, I don't like women who wear makeup? Just for you to find out he liking all the women on Instagram that have a face full of makeup with their booty out. You have to be careful. They like all type of things. They really do. Miss Applepie said, for real, I never heard of her. And I be in these YouTube streets. How did I miss her? I just now heard of her too. I missed her too.
Miss Applepie. I never heard of her too. I was like, who are they talking about? I'm in these YouTube. I hadn't heard of her either. But evidently she big time. Charging $500 for a course.
She's big time in the hypergamy space. I had never heard of her. Only person I knew of was Shira7, aka Sprinkle Sprinkle. And we all know she can't stand James. Her and James be on the live arguing. Y'all, Shira7 literally be on the live with her husband James arguing. He be coming in the room. Get off the line. Get off the line. That's enough. That's enough. Get off the line.
Get off right now.
Get off right now. And she be laughing them off like, bye. I ain't paying James no mind. So anyway, she be laughing like, she think it's funny. It's hilarious. Let me see. Mick Swagger said, envy and vanity walk hand in hand. Gotta be happy with yourself. Yeah. Natasha said, at Queen Lily Facts, I was in the Navy. Men like everything. Yes, they do everything. Mm-hmm. Queen Lily said, I saw her on TikTok and never interested me. Okay, I never came across her until this story broke. Queen Lily said it's a couple of them cosplaying Shira. I could believe it. Because Shira blew up. But it wasn't an overnight thing. She's been on YouTube for years. For years. Miss Apple Pie said, I never heard of her either. Yeah. But the thing where she messed up with is Shira is low-key a narcissist. And she only has love and emotions for her babies. Nobody else. So, in order to move like Shira, you have to be, in a way, heartless. And she said it herself. Her love and her emotions are for her children, for her daughters. That's what she loves and cares about. She not looking for James to love her and be goo goo gaga. She looking for James like to pay them bills. She not looking for, and the new trophy wife, aka Isis, was looking for a man to love her and for her to love him. That's the difference. Shira is like, Ninja, can you pay these bills? Because I'm too pretty to work. And she has a book out, Shira Sevens, aka Sprinkle Sprinkle, put a book out called Too Pretty to Pay Bills. She ain't thinking about love. She's thinking about being comfortable and her kids being comfortable. That's the difference.
That's the difference.
Oh, new trophy wife looking for love. She looking for the Disney World.
She got the two confused and picked the wrong person.
Right. Shira said it out her mouth. My love is reserved for my children. I love my daughters. That's who I love. That's who I have a soft spot for. And she's been consistent. That's what she love and care about. Her daughters. Sasha and what's her name? Layla. That's who she loves. Her baby girls. She says she loved her daughters so much because, you know, she dabbled in spirituality too, in the occult. She said she loved her baby girls so much. She said that when she passed away, she's binded herself to them so that they'll still be connected in the spiritual realm. So that's where her love and feelings and emotions are for her two daughters. Everybody else, she cool with you, but she ain't finna get too caught up with you. Even when she used to run with this girl, there was another girl she used to run with. And for those of you who have been watching her, Michaela Pink. Y'all remember Michaela Pink? Her and Shira. They used to do videos together. They were friends. Well, Michaela Pink, y'all, this some old tea, some vintage tea. But she ended up getting in trouble with the feds for doing fraud. She had courses out as well with teaching women how to date provider men, how to get a sugar daddy, what to say on dates, how to attract men, how to dress, how to look, blah, 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 blah. And she had 3 boys by her husband. And she divorced her ex-husband and got with one of her sugar daddies, okay? Her and Shira used to run together. But when she got locked up and got in trouble with the feds, Shira distanced herself from her. But before Michaela Pink got in trouble, they was ace boom coons. They was doing videos together. Shira would watch her boys.
Oh,
she would watch her baby. You know, they was cool. But when Michaela Pink got in trouble with them feds and them folks got her for frauding them for them courses, Shira backed all the way up. She said, I ain't got nothing to do with that. That was about maybe 5-6 years ago. Shira said, my name Bennett and I ain't in it. So Shira has always been about herself and her girls. That has not changed. One thing I can say, Shira 7 is consistent. She is who she is, and it is what it is. She ain't no lovey-dovey type chick. She's not going to be like, oh, honey, I'm so sorry that happened to you. She reserves any type of emotion she has in her body for her 2 girls. That's it. So when she responded to people's claim about blaming her about what happened to the new trophy wife, she was very stern and very direct and said, I didn't teach y'all to be stupid. She said, it ain't my fault if y'all stupid. And y'all desperate and y'all thirsty and y'all pick me. Don't claim me. And she was very resolute about that. So that's another thing. You know, you got to pay attention to who you listening to. You know, Shira, she cold-blooded. Any emotion she got is for her daughter. So don't think she finna, don't put that on her.
Right, right.
Like she gonna tell you something from a place of love. Okay, she thinking how she thinks. She's coming from a place of survival and hustle.
Right.
She not coming from a place of love and softness. Any love and softness she got is for her daughters. So I think this is an eye opener to women about how they view Shira. Stop putting this lady on a pedestal. And yes, this lady don't work a 9 to 5, but she be on YouTube 4, 5, 6 hours at a time. She's working. And the way her channel has took off, I wouldn't be surprised if she making more money than James now.
And she's also collab with some big names.
Some big brands. She's got collaborations with big brands. You know what I mean? So, you know, I think...
And that's her walk.
That's her walk.
Yeah.
She cold like that.
Yeah.
And she came from humble beginnings. She talked about how her mom married up to get out of poverty. She talked about how her sister married athletes to maintain a certain lifestyle. So she come from a family of hustlers. They trying to make a better way for themselves. And they got street smart. They got a little toughness to them. This new trophy wife wasn't built like that.
No, she
wasn't ready for that type of game. She wasn't. She was too green.
Yeah.
And so that's another lesson that we take away from this. It's okay to stay in your lane. It's okay to stay in your lane. If you ain't no hardcore, get it how you live type of person, it's okay. But stick to the rivers and the lakes that you used to. Don't go chasing waterfalls. If you're not about that life, because it's a cold game out here that don't love nobody, that don't show no mercy. And if you're not built for it, don't do it. If you want love, there's nothing wrong with that. But go to the places where it's going to be reciprocated and it's going to be genuine. She out here dealing with lions, tigers, and bears and didn't even know it. She wasn't ready.
Got her babies
got her babies in a mess. She should have stayed off the porch. She should have never jumped off the porch. Okay?
The queen said great message.
My goodness. Let me see. Let me see. Queen Lily said, yeah, Shira been with James a long time. Shira's like a dude. Yeah, she been with him for 20 years. She got with him when she was 21. And she was so bold and so gutter. Y'all, Shira called James' wife when they were married. While he was still married to the first wife, she called the first wife and told her, I'm with your husband. Cause she wanted to speed up the process of him divorcing his wife. Cause she was tired of being a side chick. She had to give him an ultimatum for him to marry her. And she didn't even like him like that. So you got to do your homework on people and really know who you listening to. Queen Lily said, I can only watch some of Shira because it can be toxic. It's very toxic. That's why I say with her, you got to chew the meat and spit out the bone. You cannot internalize that content on a daily basis. Because it's so narcissistic. If you somebody that have a heart and you want to love somebody and you want them to love you, you cannot consume that type of content ever. You can't. Because it's two opposing views. And that's what that young lady Isis didn't realize. You still want love. This lady ain't talking nothing about love. She's talking about get that bag so you can be well taken care of and you don't have to work. She ain't talking about no love. Fairy tale. And that's what the Isis girl was saying when she went on the first date with the husband. She, it basically felt like, like a dream come true. Like this is her person. Like she finally found her knight in shining armor. She said that's, how she was feeling when she first met the guy. Because he love bombed her. Let me see. Call Me Darling said, there's so many of those women on TikTok selling the lifestyle. I scrolled past it. Now you have the 3 or 4 talk telling young women how to get the bag and how to wash their uchi. I can't. It's awful.
It's awful.
It's awful. And it's leading these young women and men down a path of destruction. Because they don't know what they're getting themselves into. And even with some of those young ladies on TikTok that are married to like those older white men, a lot of them do race play where they dress up as, I'm not going to say the word because YouTube is sensitive, but as somebody that is captured and being forced into work. And they do that race play with their white husbands. So it's a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes, a lot of kinky stuff that these girls are doing with these men that they're not talking about. Yes, thank you, Queen Liz. She said, great passage, Queen Sammy. Yes, comment on and say, amen. Queen Lily said, Shira is cold. She was like, Queen Lily said, I want love in the bag. Yes, if you want love in the bag, you can't listen to Shira.
Yeah.
She gonna teach you how to get a bag, but she don't talk about love, and she'll tell you that. She said, love is for your children. Don't look for that from a man. And that's how she lives her life. She is not in love with her husband. She finds her love and her happiness from her girls.
Mm.
And she's made that very, very clear. So, I hope this is a wake-up call to young ladies. It's not so much that hypergamy is wrong, because I subscribe to hypergamy.
Me too.
And I've seen people doing think pieces on YouTube like hypergamy is wrong. Hypergamy is wrong. No, hypergamy is not wrong. It's the desperation. It's the thirstiness. It's the scarcity mindset that is wrong. It's the lack of discernment. The anxiousness that's messing you up in the game. You're not looking deep before you leap. Nothing is perfect, don't get me wrong. But there's certain missteps that if she just would have slowed down, if she just would have dated this man for a year and shielded him away from her babies, she could have potentially found a lot out about him.
Mm-hmm.
But she was in a bind. She needed a place to stay. And that's another thing. Why are you asking a man you just met if you can move in with him with your babies? Or if he can help you get a place? Why are you doing that? You don't know this man. You don't know him. Why would you even move in with him? Why would that even be an option? So this young lady needs to heal, and it's a lot of young ladies out there like her, unfortunately, who just genuinely don't know any better. They just don't have nobody to really teach them, and they're having to look to people on the internet to give them some game, and it's just unfortunate. So it's just an all-around sad situation, and I hope young women just Miss Apple, I think it was eHarmony or Match. So I think some of the people said it was eHarmony.
It was.
It was eHarmony. She met him online, Miss Apple Pie. He was I think he was the second match that she had on eHarmony. So she met him online. And then that's another thing. People are saying, oh, that's why you don't do online dating. But personally, I think you can meet somebody cray-cray in person or online.
Mm-hmm.
But I will say that when you go online, when you go on eHarmony, Match, Hinge, Bumble, Tinder, or any other dating app, you do expose yourself to a lot more people that you wouldn't already be exposed to. So it is a risk in that sense, because it's like a good and bad aspect to it. The good part is you're exposed to people who you would never meet, who may be absolutely amazing people. But on the other hand, you're exposed to people who you would never meet, you would never be around, that you probably would never want to be around. So, you just have to use your discernment with the dating apps. It's nothing wrong with, I prefer to go out and meet people in person than the dating apps, because I feel like on the dating apps, men can be lazy and they want to carry they want you to carry the conversation,
or don't carry one at all.
And then I also feel like when you meet somebody in person, you can pick up on their energy and social cues that you may not be able to pick up on through a FaceTime or on an app. So that's another reason too why I like to meet people in person. But you got to do what you got to do, to each his own. But yeah, see, Voice of Freedom said good men are not on dating apps. I've heard people say that too, that the good men, the quality men, are not on the dating apps. You got to go outside and meet them. I've heard that too.
Yeah,
so
I heard that too.
It just depends. But she met, the new trophy wife met her husband on eHarmony, y'all. Queen Lily said, I was told dating apps, those men want to bump bones quick. Yeah, they do.
They do.
They do. They do. So, shout out to all my women who subscribe to Hypergamy. I'm still going to be hypergamous. This hasn't scared me at all. If anything, it just means that you need to be mindful to who you listening to. Everybody not walking it like they talk it. And, if you listen to this young lady tell her story, not to beat her down, but there are a lot of red flags that she overlooked because she was desperate and anxious for help. She was tired. She had those babies she was taking care of, those 2 boys, and she wanted help. She was tired.
Yeah.
So she got with the first decent guy who wanted to marry her. She probably had been asking men to marry her and they weren't acting right. And she was just like, okay, finally, Because she said before that she used to date men who were kind of like thugs and bad boys. So her picker was off from the get with men, her discernment. Queen Lily said, Miss Apple Pie said, I am honestly against online dating. My sister-in-law goes on these dating apps all the time. It's scary to me. My husband is so upset with her. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, Queen Lily said, me too, Queen Sammy. Yeah, I'm still hypergamous. I ain't never giving that
up. So you and Queen ain't giving it up. Queen's about me too.
I'm still hypergamous. I just use my discernment.
Queen's with me too.
And look deep before I leave. Yeah, I'm gonna be hypergamous till the day I die, baby. I'm hypergamy for life. Yes. He needs to be. Yes, he does. He needs to have it. He needs to have it. All right, you ain't gotta be no Jeff Bezos, but you need to have it. You need to have it.
It's something else.
Okay. You need to be stable. You need to have it. Okay. All right. Now I don't want nobody going upside my head and doing nothing to me and my children. I ain't gonna put up with that. But you need to have it. And I believe you can have a man that has it and treats you right. You can have it. Queen Lily said the first time he raped her, she should have taken the kids and left. She said 4 times. In the beginning of their relationship, he raped her. I'm like, what? How you stay with somebody like that? So she doing content teaching us how to get a provider man, and the whole time she being great by hers. Make it make sense. That's crazy. That's crazy. Miss Applepie said, I agree. Sammy, Queen Lily said, if not, I'm gonna stay by myself before I take a broke man. Baby, did y'all see the interview that Lisa Ray did? Lisa Ray said, I date wealthy, successful, powerful men because I don't want to stress a man out that doesn't have it. She said, it's not fair to you. I'm going to Ruth Chris, or I'm going to Houston's for lunch on a regular day. And if I take you there, you stress, or House Steakhouse, and I take you there and you stressed out when the bill comes. She said, that's not fair to you. She said, I don't want to stress you out, so I just rather date a man that's on my level or higher, because it's not fair for me to date a man that's not on my level and he be stressed out and he feel uncomfortable.
Lisa Ray is a mess.
I hollered when Lisa Ray said that, baby. I hollered. Lisa Ray said she don't want to date y'all broke men because she don't want to stress y'all out and make y'all feel bad.
I take your whole check.
Yes. She said because it would take your whole check to take her out to eat. Yes. Lisa Ray said she don't want to do that to y'all men. She don't want to do that to y'all. She don't want y'all to be stressed when y'all go out together. Or if she wants to go to Bora Bora or Tahiti or Bali and stay at the Four Seasons, she don't want y'all to be worried. She don't want the man to be worried about how much the bill is going to be. So that's why she don't date broke men, because she don't want to put them through that. And she doing them a service. She doing the Lord work by not stressing them out. And I said, I get it, Lisa Ray. I get it. And you know what? Lisa Ray is a successful woman. She lives in a mansion. She has luxury cars. You know, she was taking care of her mom, God rest her soul, her daughter and her granddaughter. She's accustomed to a certain lifestyle. And y'all remember,
And she's content with being single.
right? And she was married to the premier of Turks and Caicos, which is essentially like the president of Turks and Caicos, she said. And when she was married to him, they had a mansion, they had a staff, they had butlers, had a private jet. So she's used to a certain lifestyle. And she says she's worked hard to maintain her lifestyle, and she doesn't want to go down, and she shouldn't have to. And I don't blame her. You know, she's running in certain circles, and she wants somebody that's on her level. And I'm not mad at that, because she can pay like she weigh.
Yeah.
So I'm not mad at that. Why should she have to downgrade her lifestyle if she can maintain it on her own?
Mm-hmm.
You know, let me see what y'all saying.
Say he was DL.
Let me see. Queen Lily says she's been lying the whole time and charged $500. I saw that. It would take his whole paycheck to take her out to eat. Miss Apple Pie said, yes, I seen she kept it real. That was hilarious. I don't know what this troll was talking about. But Queen Lily says, I'm single right now until the right bag come along. I mean, get what you want, Queen Lily. Hey.
Yeah.
Get what you want. Get what you want. Don't settle.
Yep.
Because you see what happens when you settle.
Yep. Your standard.
We all see what happens when you settle.
Mm-hmm.
It never turns out well.
The prime minister was that. He was Queen now. Oh, wow.
Well, he was running around with Dwayne Martin, Tisha Martin ex-husband, who allegedly is the lover to Will Smith. But I don't know, y'all. Allegedly. Call Me Darling said, I can't believe she's still talking about that Nicole Murphy situation. Baby, she's still 38 hot about that. Call Me Darling. She mad.
She should have beat her ass.
She said she should have beat her ass. The Chicago came out of her. She mad about that, Call Me Darling. And I get it. It's been 10, 15, 20 years. But to her defense, Call Me Darling, if, say me and you homegirls, Call Me Darling, and you marrying the premier of Turks and Caicos, you find out he got that bag. You done flew me and the rest of our homegirls over on the PJ to help celebrate your bridal shower and your upcoming wedding. Yay, Call Me Darling. We got the bag. Woo, 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 woo. Only for you to then find out after you marry him and y'all been married for some time that I've been back on that same PJ, on that private jet, without you knowing, and I've been messing around with your husband. That's going to hurt you. Would it not, Call Me Darling? And Lisa Ray said her mom warned her about Nicole Murphy.
You got to watch that one.
She said, Lisa Ray said her mom told her, God rest her mom's soul, beautiful woman. She told Lisa Ray, you got to watch Nicole Murphy. Don't trust her. And that is not the first time we've heard a story about Nicole Murphy allegedly messing with somebody's husband. Y'all remember Leela Roshan? The girl from Waiting to Exhale?
Mm-hmm.
She was messing around with her husband, famous Hollywood director Andre Fuqua. Andre Fuqua is a famous Hollywood director. He did the movies with Denzel. They worked on Training Day. They also worked on all of the what's that more recent movie that Denzel did? It's like not Exterminator, but what's that recent franchise of movies that Denzel did recently? It's not the Exterminator, but it's called something. But he worked, not Gladiator. It's the one before that where he's like traveling. Equalizer, yes. Thank you, Mama A. Equalizers. Yes. Thank you, Miss Apple Pie. Yes. So Andre Fuqua, who is Layla Rashawn Fuqua's husband, he directs the Equalizer series. And a few years ago, he was caught by paparazzi on vacation with Nicole Murphy. And they was in the pool. Nicole was straddling Andre and hugging and kissing and nibbling on his chocolate.
Say she known for that. That ain't the first time Nicole went did that.
Yeah.
So Nicole just out here messing with everybody.
So Nicole is a 304. I'ma just say it. Nicole Murphy is stunning, but she's not a girl's girl. She will sleep with your man. Nicole Murphy is out for herself, and ain't nobody safe. And she ain't stingy with her cootie cat. If you got the bag and you gonna take her on vacation where she can run around in her skimpy bikini, she gonna go.
Where is she? I hadn't seen her in a while.
I looked at her page. You know we always on her Instagram once this Lisa Ray interview broke. She in some island somewhere running around in her bikini with somebody's man. With somebody's husband. Nicole Murphy is hot in the ass. Excuse my language. That's
in her 50s.
She 56. Looks good. Beautiful. Stunning. But Nicole Murphy is trifling. She a 304.
So she's always been a 304.
She's always been a 304. That's the type of woman, that's the type of friend you can't bring around you and your man. Because she's not a girl's girl. And if your man got a bag, he ain't safe. Bring her around your rich ninja and see what happens. She gonna be on the PJ with him. She gonna do your like she did Layla, Roshan Fuqua, and Lisa Ray. She ain't playing. She ain't taking no prisoners.
Lisa Ray said, I called that hoe.
She called Michael Strahan.
Yep. She said, I called that hoe.
Nicole Murphy was engaged to Michael Strahan and messing around with Lisa Ray's husband. She was dating Michael Strahan still. Remember, her and the ex-football player Michael Strahan, they were engaged. But Michael Strahan wanted Nicole Murphy to sign a prenup. And Nicole said, I'm not doing that. And so they broke up. So Lisa Ray said when she found out that, Nicole was messing with her husband, she said she told Michael Strahan. She said she had a tape of her getting on the plane, her husband's private jet, and she shared it with Michael Strahan. Like, did you know this was going on? So she a cold piece of work.
Yeah,
she's a cold piece of work.
Murphy is something else.
Yeah, she's something else.
And it's a wonder she ain't got her ass whooped.
It's a wonder. Cause she playing a dangerous game.
She is. She gonna
run playing
up on the
a
right
dangerous
one.
game. Yeah.
And I'm sure nobody don't want to do it. Like, Lisa got her career acting and stuff. She don't want to do it. But I'm surprised. Good thing she's not in the industry of acting, because she would have been blackballed by now for sure. Messing with people's husbands.
Yeah.
Like that.
What is wrong with you, Nicole? And you was married to Eddie, and Eddie was stepping out on you. So you know how it feels to be stepped out on. So it's like, really, Nicole? What's up with that? That's just desperate and tacky. As beautiful as you are, why are you settling for being somebody's side? Just because somebody got some money.
Queen. Queen.
I know they don't. I believe
Queen.
it. They don't.
Queen
they sure
say
don't.
They don't even put the raincoats on in Hollywood.
They don't. They don't. And
everybody just dip it.
And y'all know Nicole Murphy, man, just recently passed away from cancer. So, I don't know. She back out here again, though. She back outside. So she doing what she gotta do. I don't know. Because they say she ran through Eddie money.
She ain't got no more Eddie
They
money?
said she ran through that alimony. Run it up. Run it up. Run it up. She ran through that money Eddie gave her. So, maybe that's why she hardcore with the 304, and I don't know. She got the little skincare line. I don't really know how much that's doing. Maybe she making more money selling ass than she is the skin line. I don't know. Queen Lee said, yep, ran straight through. Yeah, she ran straight through it.
How can you run through money like that?
Poor financial management skills. She ran through millions. Let me see. Calm me down and said, see, that's why her friend did her like Nesto did. Those women God don't like ugly no matter how beautiful you are. Yeah. She need to be careful. You moving like that, you cruising for a bruising. Because if it's not them, it'll be somebody, friend or cousins that catch you at one of these Hollywood parties and run up on you. Yeah, and Layla Roshan Fuqua, she said, I'm not leaving Andre. She stayed with her husband even after Nicole Murphy scandal. She said, "You not getting all this money." Because he's a multimillionaire. Andre Fuqua, he's an award-winning Hollywood director. He's a big deal in Hollywood. Not just black Hollywood, but Hollywood, period, as a director. So she said, "I'm not leaving my husband." She said, "Nicole Murphy, you won't get what I work hard for."
All these
And
years.
she been with Andre for almost 30 years. You know, I don't know. I don't know. So it's just a lot going on, ladies. Stay encouraged. Don't settle. F what these people telling us, especially as black women. It's always somebody telling us as black women what we can't get, what we can't have, what we not deserving of. We too this, we too that. We not enough this, we not enough that. That's a lie from a pit of hell. Work on being the best you. Prioritize your health, physical, mental, spiritual, financial health. And don't worry about the rest, y'all. Let's stop beating ourselves up and being so anxious and desperate to have somebody that we neglect our own selves. We go against our own safety and best interests. Let's just focus on taking care of ourselves, being the best we can be. And if it's in God's will for us to have somebody, we'll have somebody. But let's not be anxious or desperate for nothing. And let's ignore these people. We are the first woman to walk the earth. Everybody else is a derivative of us as black women. And we got to know that and believe that and stand on that. That's why they hate to see us shine. That's why they love to put us down, black women. But that's a lie from the pit of hell. Return to sender. Send it back. And let's stand in our greatness and validate ourselves and stop looking to others to validate us. Stop listening to that. People are trying to speak spells and curses over us, telling us what we can't have, what we don't qualify for. Y'all know that's a spell. That's a curse that people are trying to speak over you when they say stuff like that. So when you hear that, you got to be able to identify that and block it out and return to sender, because that's exactly what it is. So let's guard our ears and guard our minds. Protect our eyes and guard our hearts, and be mindful what information we taking in. And don't be jealous of nobody, especially not on no internet, okay? Because we know a lot of people who appear to have it, but they're not able to pay their bills and do what they're supposed to do. All right. So that's the lesson in love tonight. Let me see. She said, "I know that's right. Gail Lewis got a big payday from her cheating husband." Yes. Miss Amplify said, "We deserve it all. Just don't be desperate and delusional." Yes. She said, "Preach, Queen." She said, "Yes, I'm so happy to hear that. I was following her story." Good. Miss Applepie said, "Preach, Sammy. Say it louder for the fools in the back." Amen. Absolutely. Absolutely. So, yeah. Anything else you got, Mama?
Nope.
We just had to come on and talk about this. Yes. But, y'all, that's all we got. We ain't got no more. Please make sure you hit the like button. Double tap the screen to like this live. Or in the upper right-hand corner, there are 3 dots. Click on the 3 dots and hit the like button. If you're watching the replay down below, make sure you hit the like button. Hey, what's up, replay gang? That's all we got, y'all. Please subscribe. Please like. Please share our channel. Push us out there. Please comment.
Get to 5K by the end of the year.
Please comment. Please comment. Thank you, Queen Lily. She said, "Great show." Yes.
Thank you, Queen.
Please comment. Please comment.
Appreciate
please
everybody.
like. Yes. Thank you, Miss Apple Pie. Thank you. We appreciate it. So yeah, y'all make sure y'all hit the like button on your way out. Like. And we'll see y'all tomorrow on tomorrow's show. We'll be back tomorrow.
We got another topic.
We got some more stuff to talk about, y'all. We got some more some more stuff to talk about. It's a lot going on in these streets, y'all. So we'll be back tomorrow. We love y'all. Thank you for rocking with us. Thank you for all your support and positive words. We'll catch y'all tomorrow. Enjoy the rest of your Wednesday night. Take care, y'all. Bye. Bye, Queen. Bye, Miss Apple Pie. Bye, Call Me Darling. Bye, Miss Red. Bye, everybody.